All right. Good evening. Today is March 25th, 2026. Yeah, we're just going to be backtesting here. Not much else to say other than we're just going to be backtesting. Reviewing the market, reviewing what we can learn from this week. It's crazy because I genuinely think I'm getting so much better at trading. Like, I'm not gonna, obviously, I don't want to say anything jump the gun prematurely, but like, I mean, I I said that this was really obviously a 2022 model and all of this was high resistant. And I said all of this live, and then I took it live, right? I took all of this live. I took the Phoenix model into this rejection block. Then I think I took the outside bar here. Somehow didn't get stopped out, which is crazy. And I don't really know. What else did I take? Anyway, that was pretty cool. And anyway, a lot of really interesting stuff to review today. A lot to look at. A lot of cool things. So I think I want to start out with looking at this high resistant liquidity because this is just kind of cool. Actually, should I start out looking at round market open? Maybe. I don't know. This was just my favorite part of the day. I wish, honestly, I think in the future, if I have a situation like this, now obviously I couldn't today because I did kind of take the stack trade, which did have a loss. But in general, if I have a winning day and I'm trading on paper, and then all of a sudden I see something super obvious like this, I would just say go switch back to that live account and give it the risk it deserves, because I was like, this is so clearly gonna be a market maker sell model here to go run these lows, and it was right. So all this was high resistant, and yeah, we're gonna take a look at all of this, starting with, let's look at midnight. Let's get all the true opens out. Oh, midnight's all the way down there. Okay, let's start with 7:30 then. So here's 7:30. Yeah, you know what? I want to start out looking at this high resistant move lower because I think that's the coolest part of the day. Honestly, I mean, we will look at everything, but I want to start with this because this was so cool. Wow, and look at 7:30, right? What happens? The market comes, breaks, forms the 2022 model above 7:30. Does that look random? Or is that perfect? That's crazy. So there's 7:30, and I can't tell you how many times this type of stuff happens. So once again, high resistant liquidity. Let's see. There's next true open is, there was a 90-minute true open that formed at 10:52. And look at that. Now this is interesting, but you can see 10:52:30 wicks above, no drawdown. This might be better to use the previous cycle's true open though. Where's that? Okay, that's all the way down there, so that's not really that helpful either. Okay, where's the low time frame true open? 10:58. we're gonna want to go down to an even lower time frame here for this. If we don't, it might not be as accurate. So we're going to the exact time that it's supposed to be. $10.58. Zero 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06. Almost. I think it gets manipulated here though. Or it's maybe wait. Is it supposed to be 10:58:07 or 37? Okay. Anyway. It does get manipulated though. It does right here, right? So, boom, high resistant liquidity. What was this? An order block. What was this? Propulsion block. And there was S&T, I think. S&T. Yep, S&T with this high. With YM. Right, this had S&T. There were a ton of S&Ts. And then let's check ES. Oh no. There was S&T with ES as well. Yeah. And then look at that. We come up, utilize what? The rejection block, right? This is exactly what I was saying was going to possibly happen, and it did. Anyway, so you see the market maker sell model, right? We have a 2-minute order block right here. OB. And then pushing into the OB, we have a propulsion block. This is what I was looking at live. I saw this live. I traded it live. And honestly, I was trying to get in it this whole entire time. But what I realized is we didn't really do anything until we basically efficiently filled the whole entire propulsion block. So here's the propulsion block. And this is what I mean by it, right? We fill it. We fill the propulsion block. Nothing happened until then, right? And that's kind of something that I'm going to take away from this is, you know, sometimes really strong trades occur when certain things get completely filled and efficiently delivered, right? So this, I believe, used mean threshold. Let's check. Yep. Right, you see the order block using mean threshold here. Now, a lot of time with propulsion blocks, I want to see it used 0.25. However, with this one, it's a little different, and you can kind of just tell it's more likely to probably just not use 0.25 because 0.25 does not align with this curve. This filling of the propulsion block does. So it makes more sense in my opinion with how the trend line is to actually go fill this propulsion block instead of use 0.25. At least that's my opinion, but let me know what you think. Okay, so order block, there's the mean threshold, right? You can see that, actually let's just call it 0.5, it's really not that big a deal. And then we have the propulsion block right here. This gets filled completely, and then delivery lower. So all of this is what I was seeing live. And yeah, I mean, I saw it live and then I took it live. How cool is that? I walked the walk and I talked the talk. I did everything. Only thing is I took the propulsion block trade too early many times, and honestly I just think it's because it didn't really get in line with the trend line until we filled this propulsion block. So there you go. Right, SMT with ES, and then high resistant liquidity, propulsion block, 730 manipulated, and then lower. Right, so let's screenshot this. This is gonna be the first screenshot of the day. And once again, I really was obsessed with this idea all of post 10 a.m. So March 25th, 2026, Wednesday. And yeah, I was obsessed with this idea this whole entire post 10 a.m. Amazing 2-minute propulsion block. Right? Into high resistant liquidity. So then what happened, right? Then at that point I was looking for what? I was looking for a line time frame change to delivery off the propulsion block. So we used the 0.5 of the order block. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. Then what happens? We fill the propulsion block, right? So where was the real ideal entry? Do you guys see any? I see it. Right? Once we fill the propulsion block, at this point, now we know, okay, market's probably ready to go. So, whoops, I meant to do this B0. I meant for that to be 0. So now the market's filled it. We look for change in state. Filled, By the way, pushing into the rejection block. Change in state. Right there. There's my Dynamis model. That's it. Now, I didn't see Dynamis in the moment. I was looking at other things, but I knew this was a propulsion block. And anyway, you could take Dynamis off of this change in state, this one, this one, this one, this one. This one is the highest one. So anyway, I kind of like it off of this one. You could also go off of this one. Right? I like it either. I don't know. I think either of them are valid. Let's just say that we took it off of this. We could project out both, right? So 4, 7, 8. Yeah, we just kept going. What if we measure out like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. What if we measured out from this one? That one is pretty nice. Right down to 8 projections. Yeah, let's use this one, the highest one. The reason, once again, is because specifically this is the one where we finally efficiently fill the propulsion block. And that's how you can know this is the real change of state of delivery, because we've efficiently delivered the propulsion block. How can you know this one is the real CISD for Dynamis? Because we have completely efficiently filled the propulsion block. Do you see what I'm saying? Propulsion block filled. And then yeah, I would project it out from here to here. Now this high is protected because propulsion block has been filled. And then 8 projections takes us down to this LRLR chunk that I really liked. So 4 projections. So this is one of the ways you can get like really confident about whether a change state delivery is going to hold. And like this is a really good example, is we know this change state is likely to hold because the aligned time frame, whatever, was perfectly and efficiently filled. So now we know time and price are aligned to go run liquidity. Right, so we got a little LRLR chunk here, and we got a little LRLR chunk here. So both places have a little LRLR chunks, which is just really nice to take profit at, as you guys already know. Alright. So LRLR there, bang. And then LRLR here, bang. Isn't that so nice? And you can see the accumulation, manipulation, distribution as well, right? Accumulation, manipulation, change in state, distribution. And there's just a fair value gap there as well. Once again, so we'll look at the 2022 model after, but first we're just going to look at Dynamis. I mean, it really is perfect. Look at that. Looks like an art project. Protected high because it sufficiently filled the gap, and then we go lower. You should check out Sentient Markets. Sentient? What does that mean? Oh, that's your brand. That's your YouTube channel, huh? I see. Might check you out. You know, maybe. Yeah, you can see what I'm seeing here, right? Propulsion block efficiently filled, changes to delivery on the aligned time frame, we go lower. So let's go ahead and screenshot this. This is Dynamis at 10:53. Wait a second. Is that 369 time? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. 10:53? Oh, my gosh. Oh. These markets just get more and more beautiful. That's crazy. 10:53. That's 369 time right there. Jeez. That is really cool. Yeah, Mark Maker Selma. Do you trade macros? Yeah, I do. Wait, this is also a macro. Huh. That's nuts. Yeah, so this was also a macro. 10:50 to 11:10. Okay, not gonna lie, this is a little perfect. This is a little perfect. Wow. Wow. I didn't even see that was a macro. That's insane. Perfect. Perfection. I actually didn't even know that was a macro when I was trading it live. What if I told you there's 4-hour and daily macros? I would say that makes sense. I've never thought to look at them, but I'm sure that there is, honestly. I don't know what they are, though. And then, yeah, right at 10:53, which is a 369 time. And let's also include the liquidity sweep, right? Just insane. This is so cool. And yeah, and then last thing I was gonna say is, yeah, 10:53 digital root of 9. That's awesome. Okay, let's screenshot this whole entire thing. It's a time and price aspect. That's cool. $10.53 Dynamis 2-minute propulsion block aligned with a 15-second change in state with a digital root of 9. Let's save that. Put a fib tool on the second part of the macro 1010 EST, project it lower. The second part of the macro 1010 Eastern. Put a fib tool on the second part of the macro 1010. I don't really know what you're saying, bro. Yo, bro, Jake, did you like the woman IFG short near AM Open? I took it today. I took it too. This one, right? On the 1 minute that closed at I think 9:44. Yeah, that was awesome. I took that as well. I took the same trade. That was my live trade for today. And it was also the first one for value gap that got inversed. So it was amazing. Yes, I loved it. I took it. I took that trade. That was my live trade for today. So, okay. Did I save this yet? Yeah, I did. So, okay. I saved it. Should I check, see if there was a whale? Just to make this even better, because if there was a whale that was market selling here, that'd be so cool. Big W. Yeah, that was my live trade today. 950 to 1010. Okay. What about 950 to 1010? Or 950 to 10? You should just add me on Discord and send me some screenshots, because I don't really know what you're saying. Okay, let's move on from this. This was awesome. Oh, wait, yeah, SB Pro. Oh, no. I don't want to move on from this. I want to also show the 2022 model. This was awesome. I mean, you can see the market spooling here. Look at this. Look at the spooling that's occurring, right? Breaking of an old low. Fair value gap, right? Oh my gosh. You have to admit, this is cool. Like, this is cool how the market just does this right as the macro starts. You're going to see this happen like all the time in macros, where we break old lows, fair value gaps respected. Break old low, fair value gap respected. Here, let's actually, yeah, that's fine. Break old lows, fair value gap respected. Break old lows, fair value gap respected. Breaking of an old low, fair value gap respected. Right? So what is this? Just send me a screenshot, bro, on Discord. And then breaking of old lows for value gap respected. And it just keeps going, right? This is spooling. This is how you know the market has become directional. When the market does this at the start of a macro, that's how you know. That's how you know the market's become directional. 15-second fair value gap. Boom. 15-second fair value gap. Right here as well. And then another one right here. 15-second fair value gap. And you can see how every single time as well we create a new fair value gap, we've also essentially broken old lows. So we break these lows here. First we break these lows, right? Displacement below them. So this, once again, this is like, it's two parts really. It's the breaking of old lows and the creation of new fair value gaps getting respected. That's how you know the macro is really operating as it should, right? If the market starts doing this, you're like, all right, dope. I know we're gonna expand because the market's just doing this, the same thing it always does, right? So spooling into the macro, bang. And then delivery. You see that? This is how you know the macro is working. Okay, we'll check to see if there was absorption by a whale or a market whale that bought the top. I'm trying to teach you the market. I was in his private mentorship. I'm trying to teach you the market efficiency paradigm. You're in his private mentorship? Okay. Okay, fine. But I'm trying to backtest right now, but sure. What do you want me to do? Mark out 10 to 1050. Okay. 10 to 1010. Mark it out. With a fib tool? Like a time fib tool? Like, I don't understand what you're even saying, honestly. Like this? This is what you want me to do? Alright. I put a fib on it. Now what? Doesn't do anything. What? I don't know. I put a fib on it. What is that? Is that what you want me to do? Bro, I gotta move. I gotta keep backtesting. So if just send me a screenshot on Discord, it just makes it easier. Like I do want to know what you're saying. I have no idea what you're saying. It's just easier if you send it on Discord. Right. So this was spooling during the 1050 to 1110 macro. Yo, Jake, you go to college? I was going to Utah State for a bit, but I've been on a break and I don't know if or when I'm gonna go back. We're just kind of seeing how things go right now. So, but I was going to Utah State for a bit. Okay, just add me on Discord and send it to me. It makes things easier. Okay, back to what I was saying. So I also want to put a gradient on the propulsion block. Man, I know I want to look at this price action, but I'm so addicted to this segment here. You rule, dude. I want to take a break too, not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna go back. I'm it might be nice to get the degree, but I don't know. I just don't know if that's really my path anymore. But I don't know. Just gotta figure things out as you go. So this is a 2022 model, right? We have a displacement leg. We get a soup of the high into the gap, right? So let me show you again real quick, right? So break of this low, 2022 for value gap. Pay attention to what? What do you want to see here? What is cool about this 2022 model? Look at the true session open. Look at the true session open. Look at the gap. How it rests right above the true session open. Isn't that insane? Isn't that insane? This is the power of true opens, and you'll actually see this a lot with these 2022 gaps. Is they will be right above a true open. Gotta go. Good luck, brother. Thanks. Peace out, man. Have a good night. I'll see you later. But yeah, this is the thing with these 2022 gaps. A really nice way to confirm if it's a real one is if it just rests right above a true open, like this. Right? This is so cool, in my opinion. So, bang, we could we can mark out equilibrium of this displacement. We might actually want to look at, see if we went to OTE. Yeah, right to OTE. So in this case, we went to OTE. Anyway, let's mark this out as a 2022 model, right? You don't mind? Explain the true and opened if you don't mind. Yeah, of course. So basically, for the day range, the true open is the opening of the second quarter of any range. So for the day, it's midnight. For the New York session, it uses a 6-hour block, so from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock. So the true open's 7:30. And you can break this down all the way down. You can go down to 90-minute cycles. The true open of any 90-minute cycle is the first is the first 22 and a half minutes. So 9:22:30 is true open from 9 to 10:30, 10:52:30 true open from 10:30 to 12. And so price breaks down fractally in this way. And you can watch my true open video that's going to come out this weekend that I made actually a while ago. I made the true open video a while ago, but I think it's very, very helpful and important. Low-key, it's kind of boring, but I think it's important, and I think it's one of my most important videos. So that video will come out this weekend, and it'll explain it in detail. But basically, they're just time-based premium and discount levels. And you want to see the market manipulate them and then expand like this. Manipulated into the 2022 gap, expansion. So, bang. This is kind of fun. Is 4 a.m. Eastern time midnight open? Midnight Eastern is midnight open. It's kind of cool. You could take this 2022 model as a soup of this high. How cool is that, right? Obviously, I probably wouldn't take it this aggressively, but you could. That'd be kind of fun. Like, it just goes to show the power of really understanding what's going on. Bang, inducement into the gap right there. And then we go lower. I mean, look, there's no drawdown on this. It's crazy. I mean, realistic way you would take the 2022 model is you would just take it right as we hit it and then have stop loss like, probably at this high, right? That's the realistic way. This is the sniper way. So we'll mark out both ways. Oh, let's get rid of this. So take it as a, whoops, I actually forgot to mark this box here. Okay, screenshotting this. So this is at 10:03:30. 10:03:30 2022 model on the 32nd. Once again, you could have taken it like this as well, just right as we hit it, right as we create it and hit it. Maybe have a wider stop. These are all just different ways to take the same thing, and obviously you'd scale out. So 11 o'clock, 2022 model on the 32nd. Same thing. Okay, so that's kind of cool. As always with these, you can align time frames. I could go to a 5 second. If I've identified this as a 2022 model, I can go to a 5 second. I can go to 5 second and like literally go down time frame by time frame and say, okay, we swept out the high into the gap. Okay, now we're getting change in state out of it. Okay, cool. So 5 second change in state off of this. Actually, I like 15 second better. Probably. Yeah, the 15 second really actually is way better. Look at this one. It's obvious. Or you could take the inversion. Either way. I like the inversion better actually. So like this. Once you've identified this as a 2022 model, perfect. Now we can align time frames. You could take this inversion for value gap on the 15 second. Or you could take the change in state of delivery. Kind of just do whatever you want. You just got to align time frames correctly. And then you can project out this. I'd go from here to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there you go. 7 projections. It's crazy. There's so many different ways to get in on the same exact trade. And it's just all kind of how you see the market. We'll look at the change in state of delivery as well. But yeah, this is nice, right? And then you can go break even maybe at this low. Actually, I'd go break even at this low right here. I mean, yeah, no, I think that's actually pretty reasonable, honestly. Either that or once we hit these lows. Maybe once you hit these lows. Or even like midpoint of the rejection block. Yeah, maybe once we really get close to this, like here. There you go. That's probably what I'd do. Bang. So this is what I call 2022 plus, where you find the 2022 gap and then take an aligned time frame inversion or a change in state or an outside bar or pin bar or literally any way you want to align time frames. 11:05:30. 11:05 30 2022 plus 1 minute 2022 model aligned with the 15-second. Saving that. And then same thing here, right? I like this change in state where we just reclose back beneath this low here. So this, now there is this external gap, right? Obviously the 15-second hasn't inversed yet, but if you had conviction, maybe you could try this, right? Especially knowing that we took out the this high into the gap, taking out 730, right? So I like this as well, and then I'd project it out from here to here. Wow, we really get the same projection. That's crazy. That's actually kind of crazy. Once again, this is the power of, like, if you do get some kind of trade like this, like stacking. So like change in state entry, KM in break even, inversion for value gap entry, KM in break even on that. You know what I'm saying? And then these big trades become really, really big, but it's really an advanced thing. It's kind of hard to do, and I'm not there yet. So bang, 11:04:45. That's also a 369 time. Seven, 8, 9. That's a 369 time as well. 11:04:45. 2022 plus 1 minute 2022 model aligned with the 15-second. All right, I think I'm done looking at this segment of price. I've looked at the same exact thing for way too long. We got to look at something else. It was fun for a bit, but I'm sick of looking at the same thing here. But I want to record the Phoenix model too. Oh my gosh, there's so many things to look at that I want to see. And I want to see if there was a whale that sold the top. Okay, fine. We're still going to end up looking around here. I can't help myself. I can't. You're joking. Oh my gosh. We had 2 different whales market buy. One whale market bought here. Another whale market buy here. And then even more market whales bought into the dump. Oh my gosh. That's nuts. So yeah, we had a 74 whale here. I'm not gonna record that, but that did happen. There's some whale that bought right into our Dynamis entry, which is just hilarious. So let's actually write it down, just for fun, right? So a whale, a market seller of 74 cons, sold right into our Dynamis entry. I mean bought. Which is awesome for us, right? Genuinely amazing. Whale market sold right into our Dynamis entry. Isn't that just perfect? I mean, whale market bought into our Dynamis. Entry. Okay. Bang. 74 cons. Yeah, let's just save this. Will market bought right into our Dynamis entry. Okay, I'm going to take a break and then we will look at a different segment of price. Obviously, I wanted to put gradients on the propulsion block, but I'm too lazy. I already know the market respected them. It doesn't really matter, so I'm just going to take a little break and I'll come back. Okay, now let's take a look at the trade that I took. I also need to actually record it in my journal. I haven't done that yet. I'm going to just briefly I think I'll do it off stream. I'm going to briefly just write down, mark down the trade of what happened. So that way I don't forget about it. But hey Jake, why don't you post on X like people take trades and show P&L? I think it's good to build your brand. I do. I do post on X. I try and do it every day. No one follows me on X. But yeah, I post on X. It's just no one knows it exists. I try my best on X. I'm the worst at figuring out how to do X, honestly. Like I post all the time. I post all my trades. I don't post. Sometimes I forget, but it's just because I forget. It's not because I don't mean to. But yeah, I usually I'll do ideally on a perfect day, I'll post trade of the day, and then I'll post the trade that I took, or trades that I took. Ideally on a perfect day, but sometimes I forget. But on a perfect day, ideally that's what I do. And yeah, I mean, I'll show you, right? Like yeah, like outside bar. Then I'll do trade of the day, and then I'll say, okay, this is the trade I took. Yeah, bro, they shadow ban me. I don't know. But yeah, I post every day, so just turn on notifications. And I mean, I think I post sauce. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I post really, really valuable trades every single day. Like trade of the day, and no one really likes them, but I don't really care. It's mostly just to help me get those best trades of the day mentally in my brain every day. So it's yeah. I don't know. I post on X though. I guess they shadow ban me. It's so weird. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so bad at X and everyone else is so good at it. But honestly, I mostly care about YouTube. So I mean, I do care about X. I don't know. It's just not. It's just not. Uh, what's the word? Um, Putting my post into the algorithm. You know what? Let me send you something real quick. Bet. So, yeah, the trade that I'm assuming you took and I took as well, was this first center for value gap inversion. Just a beautiful trade, man. Just a beautiful trade. I took this. I screwed it up a little bit. Actually, I screwed it up a lot of bit. Because it ended up being only 1R for me when it should have been 3R. It should have been 3R, but I messed it up because I tried to do some fancy stuff over here and I didn't trail aggressively right when we got close to London, and I should have because we had SMT and all that stuff. But you know what? I'll take a 1R. But it definitely should have been more than 1R, but it's all good. So yeah, this is the first center for value gap inversion. You can literally see it right here, right? If I click the first center for value gap indicator, right, you can see it's right there. So if you guys don't know, when the first center for value gap inverses, it's a nice trade. It usually is a nice trade, and obviously with all these low resistance lows, people use the journal and trade of the day and like a aesthetic, and they have the same following as you, but like crazy good impressions somehow. I don't know what they're doing differently, man. My trades, like, I feel like my trade of the days are usually like really, really helpful. So I don't know. I guess X just hates me. Oh, yo, wait, your prom? Hootie, your prom? Yeah, I don't know how they're doing it, man. I try. Put them up. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I have no idea. But I just keep posting. That's what matters to me. So, but I took this first center for value gap inversion. Just beautiful. Um, yeah, bro. Like I said, I don't know how they get so much more impressions than me, but I think it's at the top. Yeah. I don't know, man. People are way better than me at X, and I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, but I don't really care. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep showing up, and I'm gonna keep trying. And yeah, let me just mark down this trade real quick so that way I don't forget to journal it later. I'm just gonna put in my spreadsheet and also yeah. So W first presented for value gap inversion on the 1 minute. What time was it at? 944. And it was yeah, today is Wednesday, March 25th. Okay. I will journal that in detail later, but I just want to look at it right now. So, amazing trade. Like, amazing trade. This is such a good trade. I can't even put in words how beautiful this trade is. I think we might have even had, let's see. Well, I think we had SMT, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Yeah, massive SMT here. And one thing I really liked about this trade is, well, let's actually, was there a load time from SMT too? I don't know. But anyway, massive SMT. I think it was a higher time frame gap. Yep, 15-minute gap. I was looking at this 15-minute gap. I was like, okay, I wonder if this is going to reject. Or I think it was actually a 5-minute BPR. Yeah, kind of. We'll just call it a 5-minute gap, right? So 5-minute, giant 5-minute gap. And yeah, I went and let's see. I want to look at true opens as well. So you can see 730. Okay, 730 right here. Look at how that gets manipulated. And then the true 90-minute open was down here. Possibly chart color for X screenshots. That's what tempo trading does. Yeah, I could just change my chart color just for posting on Twitter. But I don't know, bro. I don't think that should matter as much as it. I don't think it should matter that much, but maybe it does. Okay, 922.30. So there's the 90-minute true open. So premium relative to time. Above 90-minute true open, above true session open, and then there's also the 22-minute true open, but we're above that as well. And removing the grids. I guess, bro. I don't really feel like it. I know everyone says, oh, you gotta have it look a certain way, and honestly, bro, this is just the way I like it. But I guess I could maybe make it a little. I could experiment with some stuff, but I don't know. I just don't mind it really, and I don't really care what anyone thinks. But I don't know. I get what y'all are saying, but it's just I don't know. I like kind of like this, honestly. I'm not gonna change it just because everyone wants me to, but maybe. So first center for value gap gets inversed. And let's see, where is it? Oh yeah, see, that's a good idea. Just switching it temporarily for the post. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's not a bad idea, honestly. So, should I mark this as a 15-minute gap or a 5-minute gap? What do we think, guys? What do we think? Let's turn off these indicators. I don't want them right now. Yeah, on Discord you can have templates. Ooh, yeah, maybe I'll have to do that then. I think a 5 minute gap makes the most sense. I hate the colors I post. Uh, how do you have templates for colors? I mean, I do sometimes switch the colors. Oh yeah, template. Save as. Oh. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I might do that. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. How do I want to mark this up here? Thanks, bro. Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, so it's like a massive 5 minute gap, and then this thing inversed, right? This was awesome. And we were delivering from a rejection block. Oh my gosh, wait. I might be blind, but oh my gosh, there was an outside bar at the high too. That's crazy, but I probably wouldn't have taken it because the external gap, but there was an outside bar at the high. Okay, check this out, right? Delivering from the rejection block. So if you don't know, rejection blocks are, with SMT, are like some of the highest RR trades in the market. So you can see here, this rejection block. Bang, look at how precise this is. And this is Phoenix model is what it is. So it's this inverse is delivering from a Phoenix model. Actually, I want to mark it out like this. Yeah, I'm going to mark it out like this. So there's the 5 minute gap, right? And then yeah, 5 minute gap, delivering from a rejection block. Honestly, on X, getting impressions is easy. You just copyright and tweak up people's tweets and use it as your own, but also consistent daily trades posting would be so clutch for you. Yeah, I'm really gonna try and have it be consistent, like trade of the day as well. Trade of the day and also posting my trades every day. But yeah, I just gotta work on being consistent with it. Yeah, okay, this is how I'm gonna mark it up, honestly. 5 minute gap, bearish SMT, right? Delivering from the rejection block on the 1 minute. Beautiful. I bet you we use consequent encroachment of it too. Perfect. Isn't this... Oh my gosh. Wait. I can't see it still. Oh, there. It's... You see how we perfectly went to CE of the rejection block? Just amazing. Amazing. And yeah. There's not much else to say other than that. So the inversions delivering from the Phoenix model were above 90-minute open. We're above 730. And yeah, this was just amazing in every way. We also got the 11 a.m. reversal. Yeah, real. This is like a. I actually was not looking at the charts down here, but man, it just kept. They just kept on being good trades all day long. Honestly, well, at least I really liked this short, but. Okay, I'm just gonna screenshot it now. Right, beautiful how we're just delivering from this rejection block, and then we perfectly tap CE. This is how you know you're on side with the market. I mean, it's just beautiful. Kind of want to see if there's any new day opening gaps or new week opening gaps, but that's besides the point. This was an amazing trade, and I really had a wide stop loss. I had a really wide stop loss. Now, obviously, I had to do that because it was with one con, but um, but if I in the future wanted to, I could probably get away with like something like that. But the problem is I can't take that because it'd be 1.2 cons. But one con. So I take it like this, and I kind of want to project out the inversion from the close. There's 4 projections. So then if you measure out, man, I was so close to hitting 4R here. I mean, it really actually felt like we were going to go to London and Asia. Just targeting 1-to-1. That's awesome. Yeah, basically my trade ended up being 1-to-1. You can watch the stream how it went, but I was trying to hold for London and Asia lows because I had conviction that they should hit. And it would have been actually like 4R, but then I got trailed out, and I should have trailed it more aggressively. I don't know. There's a lot of lessons I learned, but it's all good. So Asia, like, I mean, these just massive, like, really nice session lows here, and then 4 projections right past it. You trimmed, yeah, bro. That was the thing. There was an SMT, and I really messed this up. I know it. Like, I saw the SMT too late. I should have taken some off when we got the SMT, but. It's whatever. And how come you didn't use MNQ? I do use MNQ, but I chart on NQ because I don't want to chart on MNQ. I would rather chart on NQ because because if I don't know, because MNQ is going to follow NQ, and NQ is going to be like the most accurate. So I'd rather just chart NQ. At least that's what I would think, but obviously that could not be the case. But I would rather chart on what the biggest money is trading rather than the micro contract, because the micro contract can diverge. I'd rather the levels will probably be a lot more like precise on NQ, which is why I chart on NQ. But you don't really need to do that, but that's what I do. So, yeah, there's so many ways I could have done this better. Literally, if I targeted 2 projections, or even this low, I would have made so much more than whatever I did. Oh. Oh, no, I entered 1 micro contract. I'm not that rich. I'm not that successful of a trader yet. So, okay. Let's mark out how I took it, right? So, I was targeting London Asia lows, and I got trilled out, and I did something really dumb when we went and got a low time frame inversion. Um, I I tried a stack entry, and I'm never doing that again. That's something that I've been practicing on paper, but I'm just now realizing that I'm not going to do that on my live account. Um, Not gonna lie, stop loss was decently huge, so we couldn't ball out in contract anyways. Yeah, I mean, this is a trade where it's like it's genuinely super safe because odds are you're gonna hit the break even point before your stop loss. And this is I really like trades like this because it's just a very wide stop loss with a clear break even point, and it allows it to be a very safe trade. Yeah, very similar to a trade I took a week or two ago, where the same thing. Trade of 8, yeah, trade of 8. I'm sick of props, but I basically just trade one micro. But yeah, I don't know. I just accept that I'd rather make my own consistent money, and if that's just kind of where I'm at. I don't want to trade props really. So, okay. Yep, stat exactly. So I like stacking entries, but I'm not good enough at them to do them on my real accounts yet, and I really, really should not have done it. I don't know. It screwed up my trade. It ended up making it like from a 3R to a 1R. And anyway, to just simplify it, I'm not gonna mark it out as a stack trade. I'm just gonna mark it out as a trailed stop loss trade. But yeah, I'm just gonna mark it out as I trailed the stop loss to here. But man, it sucks. It sucks because I was up so much. How much do you even need to risk a micro on live? I don't even know how they work. I'm used to prop firms. So I was trying 40 per trade. But not gonna lie, it's a little tight, and so I'm doing uh I'm doing 80 per trade now. But I'm like, I don't know. Like, if you understood like how much more I've lost in other ways from props and all that kind of stuff, you realize like for me it's just worth it. Like, cuz I know that I can just make my own money. I'd rather make my own money, and I have risk, right? I have rules. I can't take unlimited trades. I can only do one loss max, unlimited break evens and wins per session. Um, and I don't know. I just want to make my own consistent money. And yeah, it's risky, but I really, really want to make my own consistent money. And if that's even like, even if it only averages out to a couple $100 a month, that's cool with me. That's cool with me, right? I'd rather make money consistently than have to deal with prop firms and all the rules. But that's just me. I think it's not really practical for a lot of people, but yeah. Yeah, bro. Thanks. Appreciate it. So anyway, I'm gonna mark this out like this, and then just let's see where would be 1R. So like this, right? We'll just say, okay, I got trailed out here, and then I was targeting London. Wow, I got swerved so badly. This is so sad. uh, Once again, if I had simply just targeted 2 projections in this low, I would have made so much more, but yeah, whatever. Okay, so this is the screenshot that I'm gonna put in the journal, and yeah, there's definitely gonna be a lot of notes. Should I start taking notes on this right now? Actually, I actually might start taking notes on it right now. because I'm thinking about it. Okay, 944. First presented for value gap inversion on the 1 minute. Took this live. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take some notes on this real quick. And just gonna say I learned 2 very valuable lessons. I need to basically, when we get this placement super close to a drawn liquidity like London lows, like this is ridiculously close to London lows, and we obviously had good displacement. Dude, I just need to put in the trailing stop there. That was ridiculous. I don't know why I didn't do that. I don't mean to pocket watch and all. You don't have to answer, but how much is in the live? And since for Trade Auto Sync on Reflector Q, we're required to have a 1K live account to get the API. I don't mean to pocket watch at all. You don't have to answer, but oh, it's about 1K. But I'm not gonna be sizing up. I'm not gonna be sizing up for quite a while. I'll show you my scaling plan. This is my scaling plan. It's very long term. I'm not gonna be sizing up for quite a bit, so that's the balance. And yeah, I'm not gonna be sizing up for essentially until it gets to about, looks like the first time I size up will be around $15,000. And then, yeah, but this is why. So you might be like, oh, wow, that's $80 of 1,000. That's super high risk per trade. It's like, well, it's implying that, I kind of have to risk the bare minimum to be able to trade a micro. So the risk is going to stay the same until eventually I think it becomes a point where 0.8% risk. At that point, it slowly starts scaling up from there. But yeah, I think it's like about 1,000. I don't know. But I don't keep all the money in Trade-A-Bait. I'll withdraw. I have a bank account specifically for it. So okay, so back to the trading log. 2 valuable, very, very valuable lessons here. This was an amazing trade. But I messed it up at the end. A big problem for me here is that I only had 1 contract. If I had multiple contracts, this trade would have been much simpler because I could have scaled out. You might look into the scaling plan, the live account. Is there a contract limit? Contract limit? Like, what does that mean? Like, you can't have too many contracts? Wait, I don't even know what you're asking. Is there a contract limit? The live account? Oh, so you have to have, so basically, if you want to be able to trade 1 micro, you have to have probably I think you need to have base 200 something, and then for every additional micro you want to trade, you have to have another $100 or $50. So it's probably around $250 to trade 1 micro 350 to trade 2 micros, 400 something to trade 3 micros, 500 something to trade 4 micros or something. Oh no, I can trade 3 macros. I think it's about, I could size 3 macros. Probably around it as long as my account's like over 500 or something. For like for 2 micros, I think it's like 400, and then for 1 micro, it's like 250 or something, and then for 4 micros, it's like I don't even know. It's very roughly around those numbers, and then 4 micros probably like 600 or 700. It's like every $50 more you can add a micro. I don't know, 600 for 4, maybe 550 for 4 micros. I don't know, but I haven't ran into any issues, so yeah, it's not bad at all. It might even be less than that. In all honesty, it might actually even be less than that. Than those numbers that I said. Yeah, 2 very valuable lessons here. This was an amazing trade, but I messed up at the end. A big problem for me is I only had 1 contract. This would have been much simpler because I could have partialed on the way down, but I had conviction in London lows with 1 contract and wanted to see it hit. So here's what I needed to do. Although I had conviction in London lows, we got a massive SMT right at London lows, and we got displacement towards London lows. With being so close to London lows at that point, I should have started trailing my stop loss. Oh, you can't see my screen. Aggressively, because not preserving gains when being up 3.5 R is ridiculous. Even with conviction in London lows. Also, I tried a stack entry on this trade, and I am not doing stack entries anymore on my real account for a very long time. It's just not worth it for me right now. Yeah. And one more thing before I go to bed. Thanks for the stream, very useful, and also people love seeing P&L numbers or losses or win streaks. They just engage a lot more with posts. So I should put my P&L, like the actual P&L screenshot. I'll do that. Thanks, bro. That's a great idea. That's smart. I like that. Okay. I'll definitely do that. Yeah, I got to work on my X game. I'm going to try and get it up. Just going to keep trying to make it better, but I feel like X is the hardest to grow on, honestly, for some reason. But yeah, dude, I really appreciate the advice a lot. Just try to stack entry on this trade. Not doing stack entries for my real account for a very long time. Right now, for where I am at, there's no point to do it on my real account yet. Only paper trades for Joser and Kufu stack. Okay. I'll help you, bro. I can give you some examples later on. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I need help with X, man. I want to get better at X. It's booming. Dude, I need to get better at X. I am struggling. Let's just say that. So, thank you. I really appreciate that, because I just need to get the impressions, and I gotta make it more engaging, not boring. I gotta make it more interesting. So, but yeah, I appreciate it. So, took my notes. Once again, I honestly could have just, with only one con, I really could have just, taken profit at two cons. At 2R. Also, with only one contract, honestly, just taking profit at the low uh, around 2R instead would have also made a lot of sense. Or at least trailing once 2R was hit. Alright, see you later. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, I could have taken it like this, though. It's probably how it should have been taken. It's all good, though. It is all good. Yeah, like this. I would say this is how I should have taken it, honestly. This was the way I should have taken it, and then probably just take profit at this low, honestly. Dang. Really messed this up, but it's all good. It is all good. With only trading one con on personal, I need to be a lot more conservative with gains and winning trades. There was a low around 2.6R that was for projections of the IFG that I could have taken profit at. If I could do this trade again, would have just taken profit there. Or at least, yeah. Because I gotta make sure I preserve gains on my personal when only trading one contract. So yeah, this is the ideal way I would have taken this trade. Bang. So it's all good. Now I know for the future. 944. First presented for value gap, or first presented inversion for value gap, or first presented for value gap inversion. 1 minute live, and then I'm gonna put ideal. Okay, That's how I would have taken it if I could redo it. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go on another little break here, but this was a nice trade, and yeah. Wait, what is going on with?
And you're probably wondering why.
Wait, there's the Dodgy posted he lost 42,000 because his account got liquidated.
You're smiling, and because I love life, and I'm just grateful and happy to be alive, and obviously I'm a Christian. I know God's got my side, and money's cool, but God's number one always, and there's nothing I can do now, and it's hindsight obviously, but basically, I had this account, only forgot about it. It was like 27K or something, nearly double the account, and it was a bot, and nearly double the account. It was profitable, and everything was great, and get a liquidation email. I'm in the hot tub with my grandpa, and I'm like, what the hell? So I messaged my guy Steve, who managed the bot for me. I haven't talked to him in like a week, as you guys can see here. They go, yo, everything good? And I got the email. And I'm like, let me know, why are my accounts from 42,000 to 2,000? And he didn't really know either. You can see all the messages here. I don't even know. Didn't have a contract or anything, so, and I'm not gonna, I don't sue people. That's just weird behavior, and obviously I have 10 to 15 streams of income now, and, this hurts, but it doesn't hurt as bad as you guys think, I guess, and it sucks, for sure. I hate losing, and, I don't even know. Yesterday, looks like it made $4,000. Like I said, this is profitable. Like, and today lost 35,000 on my other account, my other live account, which is handled. And it looks like here's all the orders. So it looks like it was getting in at the same exact time, like 5 times straight. So obviously, I can't do that. Humans can't do that. It's physically impossible. So if anyone will be like, oh, it's you. Okay, obviously you can see this proof is not me. Yeah, I don't even know what to say, guys. Anyways, love you guys. I'll probably bounce back at some point, but.
What the heck? You guys see this? It's like we have Dodgy lost the bot that Dodgy runs lost 42,000. I don't even understand like what happened. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's why I am not having a ton of money in a TradeOvate account. So that way I can't have that happen to me. And that's also why I have daily loss limits. Um, so that way it auto liquidates me. So it literally is impossible for it to happen to me. But dude, that sucks. That sucks a lot. Wow. That sucks. I kind of want to end the stream, but I need to keep backtesting. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do right now. Anyway, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to keep backtesting right now. I'm like kind of sick of backtesting right this exact second. Maybe I'll end the stream and then maybe I'll backtest more later. I might do. Be kind of late. I don't know. Do I want to do that or not? Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna end the stream, but I might start the stream back up again in like 20 minutes if I decide to. I don't know. Probably not, but maybe.